What's going on, everybody? For today's video, we have to Tommy Lucifer the End. And before we get into this video, big thank you to BEYwarehouse.com for providing this product. Now, if you guys don't know, BEYwarehouse.com is easily my favorite place to be buying my Beyblades from. BEYwarehouse.com offers the greatest selection of premium, 100% authentic Beyblades. Now, you guys can get Metal Fight all the way to Beyblade Burst Dynamite. Save Your Valkyrie pre-order just dropped on the website as well, so make sure to go check that out. Now, if you guys do want to go and save yourself 20% off your next order and get free shipping as well on orders in the US, make sure to go ahead and use code TOYSCRAZE20 at checkout. BEYwarehouse.com also does offer international shipping, meaning that you don't have to live in the US to buy some Tommy Beyblades. The link to BEYwarehouse.com will be in the description below. Now, taking a look at the box itself, it looks very awesome. The limit break system is definitely very, very cool. So we got Lane right here, Super King on the side. On the back of the box, we get all the parts of this Beyblade. So I will say this is very, very interesting. There are a ton of gimmicks for this Bey, which is pretty cool. So we do have the limit break gimmick or whatever, which is super crazy. We'll get into that later on in the video. We get the limit break system in 3 different bays in Sparking. We get it for Lucifer the End, Helios Volcano, and Hyperion Burn. So those are the 3 bays that have a limit break system. So for the parts of Lucifer the End, we have Lucifer for our chip, we have the End for our layer, which is actually a very, very cool name, you know, the End. That sounds really awesome. We have Ko, and then we have Drift. Lucifer the End is a defense type owned by Lane in the Beyblade Burst Sparking anime. That is it for the box though. So now let's go ahead and open this up. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing open. We got some tape right here and on the bottom as well. Okay, that's it for the tape. So here we have it, our Bey. We also do get a manual that shows us all the possible combos that are pretty good, and we also do get a teaser in this as well. We also do get some stickers, which is pretty awesome. We will put that on later. So now it's time to take a look at all of the parts of this Beyblade. So first, we will take a look at our chip, Lucifer. Now, this is a complete upgrade from a Lucifer, or a variant Lucifer actually. So this is a very crazy Bey already, just by looking at the first part. The design is very intense. The part that is purple is completely metal, which is actually super epic. On the back of the chip, we get this rubber piece that is supposed to improve the burst resistance. So what this does is basically this rubber part, right? This touches like that top part of the driver, which improves the burst resistance. So you won't be bursting as much, which is really nice. You know, a lot of those other limit break bays do have a problem with that. You know, Hyperion Burn bursts a lot, but I think this one will be pretty good in terms of bursting and burst resistance because of this rubber piece. So that is it for our chip. For our limit break disc, we have Ko. Now this disc is only compatible with limit break bays, meaning that you guys cannot use this on any other Bey except Hyperion Burn, Helios Volcano, and Lucifer the End. Now, the cool thing about this is that it does determine when the limit break does activate. But basically what this is you know how like the bays kind of like click, you know how they get closer to bursting as they take attacks? When you're putting your Bey together, right, you have to click it all the way. And then as it goes, you get like 1 click, 2 click, and then 3 click, and then you burst probably, right? Unless you have like some infinite lock system or whatever, but most of the time you will burst after you hit 4 or 5 clicks. So depending on the number of clicks, that is what determines your limit break. So with this disc right here, when you hit this spot right here, so when you hit like 3 clicks, which is supposed to be what this is, you will activate the limit break system. So it's kind of like right before you burst, you kind of get that limit break system. The other bays have a different number of clicks before you activate the limit break. So with Hyperion Burn and Helios Volcano, it's like 1 and 2. You are able to use this on Hyperion Burn and Helios Volcano because they are limit break bays. The design is super cool on this as well. You know, these 2 spikes coming out. That looks pretty cool. Next up, we have our driver Drift. Now, this is very similar to the Mobius driver, except it's a little bit different because it has like this black piece right here kind of surrounding it. So it is very similar, like I said, right? Like it's the same type of plastic piece right here that's like on top or on the bottom of this driver. So it is free movement, it does spin around, so yeah, that's pretty nice. It will reduce friction, as free movement driver is supposed to do. It has that little indent right there, just like Mobius, and this whole black piece, like kind of like covering it. So let's just say you kind of like tip over with this Bey, you'll still be kind of hitting that black part. Now the spring does feel pretty nice, you know, typical of a Takara Tomy Bey. It's very high quality, you know, pretty strong. I'm guessing it's going to perform a little bit similar to, what is it called? Mobius, right? Because like they are very similar. They both have that type of plastic piece. They have the same one, so, you know, we'll see when we test this out later on in the video, but it is pretty nice that we do get a brand new driver for Lucifer the End. Last but not least, we have the most interesting part about this Bey, the end. That sounds like so evil right there. I mean, I guess you could consider Lane as the kind of like the main antagonist of the whole Sparking series, but like, I don't know, he wasn't really like that, but he kind of was. Now, taking a look at this design, it does look so similar to Diablo Nemesis. Like, I had to point that out. You guys want to see a side-by-side comparison? Looks so similar, man. Like this metal piece right here, right? Like this piece right here on the top, it looks so similar to this bottom piece on the end layer. We also do get the teeth on the back of this layer as well. So real quickly, I'm going to show you guys how this limit break system does work. So let's just twist this disc 3 times. Okay, so we got 1, 2, and then 3. And bam, the limit break system has activated. So what happens here is, you know how like this kind of like spins around, which is super insane. Now this activates when you're at your 3rd click on the Bey. So what happens is this type of piece right here kind of like moves up, kind of like kicks up like that, and this whole pink part is exposed. Now what happens then is like all these parts are like free movement. So this purple part is free movement. This black and gold piece is free movement as well. So it makes it much harder to burst, or it's supposed to, I think, and it's kind of like spinning around. Like, how crazy is that? It's almost like Prime Apocalypse and Regalia Genesis, except it's like a little bit different, but it's pretty crazy. Now, I'm pretty sure you can burst it like that if you kind of like move it or hit it like at like a specific spot and, you know, with enough force. You will be able to burst it. It's not like unburstable or anything, but still, it is a very cool gimmick to have. First up, we have Brave Valkyrie. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Aw, Lucifer the End already ran out of stamina by hitting the walls and all that. Okay, well, let's see. Aw, man. Alright, well, the limit break did not activate right there. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Okay, looking pretty good. Oh, limit break activated. Oh, nice. So limit break system did in fact activate there, which is super awesome. Now, turns out limit break system is actually pretty effective, as it did in fact beat Brave Valkyrie. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Looks like Valkyrie will take this win. Oh, and Lucifer the End just barely takes that win right there. Next up, we have Rage Longness. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Wow, huge attacks. And Lucifer the End takes the win. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Huge attacks. Wow. Looks like Lucifer the End is able to withstand it. Not bad. And Lucifer the End takes another win against Rage Longness. Now, I didn't think this was going to be that good, considering that Variant Lucifer wasn't that great either, but I guess that Takara Tomy did a very, very awesome job on this new evolution. You know, I think a lot of people were very hyped about this, and it definitely lived up to the hype, you know. This is definitely one of my new favorite sparking bays out of like a ton of the sparking bays that we got. Sparking is definitely my favorite era of Beyblade Burst products, and this right here just really made me like sparking even more. You know, the limit break systems are much better than I thought it would be. You know, I saw Hyperion Burn and I was like, no way it's going to be that good, and then Lucifer at the End definitely proved me wrong. I think Helios Volcano and Lucifer at the End are the best limit break bays out of them all. I think Hyperion Burn is kind of like the worst one. Now, I want to hear your thoughts about the limit break system. Do you guys like it? Do you guys not like it? Let me know down in the comments section below. That is it for this video though. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.